I'm Chris Powell, Intervention Specialist, Health and Wellbeing.
Tell us a little bit about what wellbeing in the workplace means to you, Chris.
Wellbeing in the workplace is quite a hot topic at the moment. The work that I'm finding that I'm doing is initially going in and helping businesses, schools, to actually find out what they're currently getting at the moment. So doing a lot of activities linked to analysis, what stresses, what strains are going on in either the workplace or in schools, and then knowing where to start, knowing what plans of action to put in.
You talk a lot about the 5 ways to wellbeing in some of your workshops. Just expand on those 5 ways.
5 ways to wellbeing. So important. These are the top 5 behaviours: connecting, being active, taking notice, keep learning and giving. And again, these 5 behaviours, they are the top 5 behaviours that will help increase the resilience of an individual to help combat all the stresses and strains in their everyday life. The benefits of rolling out a wellbeing intervention or a wellbeing programme in your workplace. I think one of the key benefits is that people then understand a bit more about the stresses and strains that they're battling with on a daily basis, and that these stresses and strains do change and can become quite overwhelming. I think the main purpose though of having a wellbeing programme is setting up coping strategies, effective coping strategies, and again using something like the 5 ways to wellbeing. Once people understand the practice and the behaviours, they can create a bespoke plan for them that will help and support them, whether it be walking, whether it be connecting with other people, whether it be physical activity, whether it be giving their time at certain points of the day.
Mental health. You talked a little bit and touched on some of your mental health issues as your time as a teacher. Can you just elaborate on that and how that's impacted you and your experience?
I think over the last 5 years, with different experiences I've had, I've understood that wellbeing and mental health is very different. I used to think that everything was mental health focused and that I had to try and protect sort of my mental health by doing certain things. Now I understand that if you really focus on your wellbeing and getting your wellbeing behaviours correct and them having a real impact on you. For example, going back to the 5 ways to wellbeing, the more I connect with people at certain times of the day, it gives me a real boost. And then those things will then have an impact on my mental health. And it's more the outcomes of my wellbeing that in the past have not been so positive, the behaviours have not been so positive, and that's the bit that's really then had a negative effect on my mental health. So now the work that we do in schools and the work that we do in corporate businesses, we make sure that people understand that wellbeing and mental health is very separate, and that the bit that we focus on is the wellbeing and the positive behaviours linked to wellbeing.
If you could give 2 top tips to either someone in business, what would those top tips be around rolling out wellbeing within the workplace?
On a personal level, knowing your daily stresses and strains, I think that is a massive top tip. Just taking that time to stop and say, right, for me in a day, when do I get the most stressed? When do I need to put something in on a personal level that will then help combat that for the next 20 minutes, half an hour? People really need to understand why they have a break and when they need a break. A lot of the businesses you go into, a break happens at 10 o'clock, a break happens at 3 o'clock, but actually a break needs to happen when you need it and on a personal level. And then my second top tip, I suppose, is knowing what break will have the best impact on you, whether it is going for a walk, whether it is just putting your work away and sitting and doing something totally different. So my 2 top tips, I suppose, is knowing yourself a bit more and then having the right plan in place to be able to have an impact on it.
Hi, I'm Andy Lewis, Paralympic gold medalist, and I wanted to do this video today just to really touch on well-being in the workplace, mental health, what that means to me, and also to the other athletes out there that I know have either suffered this or are really clued up on well-being. It's really important that we talk about mental health and well-being in sport, but also taking this opportunity to tell people within business, and particularly at this difficult time, that there's going to be lots of uncertainty and anxiety issues at the moment. I know that during my road to Rio, I had massive battles with mental health. It was really tough. And to be honest, sometimes now it's still as bad. But I am really positive about the future, and what I would like to do is more athletes to come out of the woodwork, talk about this, not just on video, but in front of people. Don't be embarrassed about the way that we feel sometimes and our emotions. It's really important that we talk about it and we connect with each other. What I want to try and instill in people is that openness, and it's okay not to be okay. I want people to come out, talk about it, and share their emotions and their feelings, because it's important that we get that message out. Now, if you would like to do a video and get involved in this new campaign, you can do it, and you can also visit itswellbeing.co.uk. Thanks for listening.